And it's interesting because there's some questions that you didn't even know you had, but it's going to raise questions because as you look at your finances and you look at some of the investments, you're going to think about, wait, I didn't ask that question. I wasn't thinking about that. I didn't even know I was paying that expense. You're going to find some expenses, some subscriptions, some monthly fees that you pay you didn't even know you were paying, and you didn't even use the product, and you're not using it. Hello, Libra. This is Don from Sonora Mystic Tarot, and this is your weekly reading for the week of the April 14th to the 20th. This is your financial and investment reading. So take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. Let's see what Spirit and the Universe has in store for you today. Top card out is your energy, and that's an 8 of Wands. The second card out is the 2 of Cups, and that third card out is the Moon card. What interesting start of a reading. Let's look underneath the deck. The bottom of the deck, the card on the bottom is your overall energy of the reading itself, and that is a wonderful Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is saying there's a new kind of happiness and energy coming in. So it seems like this week is going to bring good energy, good feelings. Make sure you benefit from that. Make sure you're having a positive energy all week. Make sure you're staying positive. Make sure you're not getting down in the dirt. You're not being ugly. You're not getting crazy. You're not going to the negative side. You're not letting yourself be pessimistic. None of that stuff, okay? With you have a lot of work to be done, and I can see you now why they want you to be positive, because you have a lot of work to be done. But as you accomplish your work this week, as you get things done one at a time, take them one at a time. And so again, if you're looking at, hey, what investments are working, what isn't, that's one thing. How are my economics at home doing? Again, take that on as a second thing and look at your budget. What is working with with other expenditures that you may have. Again, looking at resources, looking at what's coming in and what's going out at the end of the month, making sure that you have money, and what you need to get rid of, you need to get rid of for now. Okay. Again, it brings you in happiness because you're like getting your economics under control. And don't be surprised if you're also looking at how your investments are working. Is something working? Is something not working in this market? If it isn't, maybe it's a time to get rid of it. The good part is you're going to find out the things that you do align with you, the things that do make sense, and you're going to make them work for to your advantage. And you're going to be very happy that you did. And it's interesting because there's some questions that you didn't know you had. But it's going to raise questions because as you look at your finances and you look at some of the investments, you're going to think about, wait, I didn't ask that question. I wasn't thinking about that. I didn't even know I was paying that expense. You're going to find some expenses, some subscriptions, some monthly fees that you pay you didn't even know you were paying, and you didn't even use the product, and you're not using it. So you're going to find some savings with getting rid of some things that are in your life now that aren't even being used, but yet you still pay for them and you weren't aware that you did. So look at that, okay? Additionally, you're going to find that there may be some money out there that you had put in an account that you've forgotten was there, and an investment that built over time that you didn't realize that had been growing. All those kind of things. There's some surprises coming in, and all you have to do, again, is keep focus. And this makes sense because this is the week of the IRS tax filing. So and look at this. You're going to scramble to get it done, but you're going to be happy that you did because you're going to get maybe a return. You're going to find out that there were some things you didn't realize. So you're going to get a return. So you're going to get a tax return. You're going to get a tax return, a tax benefit, however you want to call it. Again, you're going to get a refund. So be prepared for that. This is coming to you. So if you haven't done your taxes, get them done. Get them done. Look at my face. Look at my face. Get them done. Look at this. The Ace of Swords. Again, as you do the work, the Ace of Swords shows you a different way of doing it. And you're like, wow, I didn't realize I was spending that money. I don't need to spend it. I didn't realize that investment wasn't working. I need to jettison it. I didn't realize how well that investment worked. I need to add some more of that. Whatever the situation, again, it's a new and enlightening story. And again, this is the two aces. Aces, again, this is the beginning. This is fresh. This is new. This is a start. So make sure you take advantage of that because, again, it's aligning properly with you, which is wonderful. Underneath this 2 card, again, which is finding those resources, is that 9. The 9's like, you know what? As you start looking, you're like, wait a minute, what about this? And I remember this now. Because of all this happening, because of all this work, you're going to be getting messages from spirits telling you that, hey, there's this. Have you thought about this? Have you seen this? Did you pay attention to this? So don't be surprised if you get flooded with more. And it seems like overwhelming at one point if you're not careful, but the overwhelming is good because you're remembering all the things and all the places where your resources have been going. and the investments and so forth, as well as the expenses. And then ultimately the closure is the happy family in the end. So by the end of the week, you'll be very happy. You'll be happy that you did the work. You'll be happy that you stayed positive. You'll be happy that you're looking at new ways of finding things. You're finding all kinds of money that you shouldn't be spending. You get rid of it. You're finding new ways to invest. And most importantly, you're finding a happier home because now the money makes sense. Now the budget makes sense. So pay attention to your budget this week. Let's take a little further look. This has been a long-term process, so you know the budget needed to be correcting. So this is not a surprise to you. But again, look at this. There's that queen, and she's out there. She's like, cut, 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 cut. Don't be afraid to cut the expenses out of your life that you don't need. This is a time to do it. Don't be nostalgic. Don't hold on to crap that you don't need. Get rid of the stuff that's not serving you, okay? And then ultimately, look at that. There's that wonderful wands. And that Nine of Wands is very strong energy because it's just saying that it's a lot of work. The 8's a lot of work, but the 9 is saying you're getting it done. You're getting through it. And then ultimately with that 4 saying you got through by the end of the week. So stay persistent. Again, do the work, stay persistent. You'll get through and you'll celebrate when the weekend comes. This is great. Have an amazing week because this is going to be a week of development, a week of evolution, a week of knowledge and learning and gaining. I'm loving this. Let me know how this resonates with you. And while you're doing that, hit that like, share, subscribe, and follow button. I would appreciate it. If you share it out, you help me grow my channel, and I would appreciate you doing that for me. Additionally, again, that subscribe is so important on YouTube. It helps, again, to grow the channel. So I'm going to let you go. Let me know how this resonates with you. Message me. And additionally, have a love, light, and blessed week. From me and my family here at Sonoma's to you and yours. Have a great one. Bye-bye.